This is another story about what I experienced at my buddy's home. Like I mentioned in a previous episode, he lived up the street from me. We've known each other since the second grade, I believe, and we are still friends almost 38 years later. But I did want to mention his house began feeling a little darker and darker as the years passed by. More and more incidents started happening to me. It's almost like the house recognized that I felt something was off inside of it. And the spirits and other darker entities began showing themselves more and more as the years rolled by. It started with maybe once or twice a year I would experience something. And within 7 years, it was happening monthly and even weekly sometimes. But I wanted to share the first time I physically saw a spirit in his home. So let me share, I was absolutely a skeptic. And in many ways, I still am. But I do feel this experience was the one that opened doors and emboldened other spirits in that home to show themselves to me. I can't tell you why or how I know this, only that the frequency of experiences seemed to escalate after seeing the boy in red. So here we go. It was a typical Friday night of a 12-year-old in the 90s. Chips, snacks, video games, music, watching horror films, and stealing some beers from my friend's dad as he left for work. Those were the days. No responsibility. On this night, we were up late watching some horror films. I don't remember which one. More than likely, it was like the original Amityville or something like that. On a side note, we used to be able to get rated R horror flicks at the local Video Galaxy down the street in Santa Fe Springs. The owner's son always hooked us up. I can say that now because we all know what happened to the video stores. Damn you, Netflix. It was about 11:30 p.m. and we were hanging out in the living room. Our friend's mom already went to bed and everyone else in the house was asleep. My buddy asked me if I could check the calendar next to the kitchen and see if he had a dental visit the next morning. I had to take a leak anyway, so I just got up, talked some crap as young men do, and walked up the 2 steps leading towards the dining area, right next to the kitchen. So I made it to the kitchen, looked at the calendar, and then noticed that he didn't have an appointment scheduled the next morning. But before I had a chance to yell out that he didn't have an appointment, I noticed some movement in my peripheral vision to the right of me. You know that feeling when you can see something even though you're not looking directly at it? And so I whipped my head to the right quickly, and for a brief second, I saw a young boy standing there in my buddy's bedroom door. He looked like he was about 7 or 8 years old, wearing a bright red shirt and blue jeans. And when I blinked, he was gone. I felt my heart start beating really fast. Something I've learned to recognize as my body telling me something's wrong or off. Still confused, I began walking towards my friend's bedroom looking for the child. My friend yelled out, "Do I have an appointment tomorrow or what?" And it kind of snapped me out of the trance that I was in. Still looking around for the boy in red, I walked downstairs back into the living room. He asked me again if he had an appointment, and I responded, "No." I could feel that moment playing over and over in my head, just trying to rationalize what the hell did I just see. I finally told my buddy, "I just saw a little boy wearing a red shirt near your room." He started laughing at me, telling me I'm buzzed and I don't know what I'm talking about. And even I thought maybe those 2 beers I drank had me seeing things, but wait, I know what I saw. It was getting late, so we just decided to go to bed for the night. He went to his room and I slept on the couch in the living room. It was about 3 a.m. when I woke up. I needed to use the restroom really bad. But I felt like someone was watching me. You know that feeling, something just isn't right? When I glanced towards my buddy's room, and I saw him. The same boy in red was leaning on the banister, staring at me. Almost like a tired child doing homework at a table and falling asleep laying on their hands. I sat up quickly, and he was gone. Once again, my heart was racing. I got up and looked for the little boy, but he was gone. Eventually, I sat back down on the couch for the first time, feeling scared. What's happening to me? Am I losing my mind? Seeing the same boy twice in the same night wasn't some trick of light, or the result of 2 beers when I saw him 3 to 4 hours apart. I felt like the house was alive or something, that's trying to tell me something. The following morning, I told my friend about what happened, and you guessed it, he just laughed. He told me I'm just seeing things that aren't real. And after talking with his sister later on, I found out that she experienced so many things in that house. And over the next 7 years, I continued experiencing strange things in that home, but I never saw that little boy again. Seeing the boy in red rattled me. Seeing an apparition for the first time is scary enough, but for it to be a little boy. I remember asking his family if a little boy ever died there, but they didn't really know. And back then in the 90s, the internet was still relatively new, so there wasn't a quick way to just do a Google search. And I eventually just let it go.